hey.
It's the Mido Show.
Hey.
It's the Mido Show.
Boom, we are live. What up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of the Mido Show. This episode of the podcast, I got my buddy Jordan, aka Notdawon, back in the podcast studio to talk about some new shit that he's been up to. Ever since we last talked, he's been really getting on this hustle with the music and stuff. So, wanted to share some of that with y'all and see what he's been up to. So, what you been up to, man? I know you've been out there in Iowa doing shit.
You feel me? Yeah, I just been traveling. You feel me? Had to set up shop, man, in the Midwest, just trying to expand my brand, see what I can do. But like I always say, California back at home.
Yeah. What took you out there to Iowa? What was that? You got cousin out there or something, or like just like family, or
yeah, I had
just
family
people you know?
who was had a scholarship to play football out there.
Okay.
And I was also training to do a little bit of IFL work, indoor football professionally. So I was like, why not?
Kill two birds with one stone, right?
Exactly.
There? Yeah.
And then I just came into music a lot more serious up there. I eventually got a mic, and then after I got a mic, I made a couple songs and actually started taking off. So I had to switch up my mentality and kind of give up football for right now and just focus on music.
Yeah.
And so far, so good, nigga.
Yeah. You're actually in town, to do a performance at Casa Lopez tomorrow night.
Yes, sir.
So, and that's going to be pretty cool. You're doing that with Devin Smith, who is a Oxnard local. Tell us a little bit about him. People don't know about him.
I mean, he an up-and-coming entrepreneur, and he good dude, bro. A real good dude. I actually did one of my first songs with him at, I think it was Fresh Mix, when he was first doing that. And, he showed me a lot of love. I was just an up-and-coming artist at that time. Barely knew what I was doing. And, he came through with the homie and, said I could really do a song. And, I just been helping him out, supporting his brand. He got a clothing brand called Positive Vibes, and it's really taken off. Plus, he been doing his work in the field as a, promoter at the Casa Lopez. So,
Yeah.
I hit him up and figured it was just the right time to, do a show together.
Yeah, that's a big thing too. Is performers, they have to have that mentality of being the promoter and the producer of shows and shit. It's like you gotta play all three parts. You gotta make sure you put on the show, you gotta perform at the show, and you gotta promote that shit and make sure people come out and stuff.
Oh yeah, it's hard work. People think it's easy.
No, it's a grind. Even when I see it in the comedy and the shit that I do, the people try and put on shows and shit, and it's like, you really gotta get out there, hustle, and find the people that are gonna come out there, and the people that are gonna continue putting work. It's like you can't rely on people just showing up every once in a while. Like you gotta get people out there every week, and people. Same thing with you. You gotta get the people that are about doing this stuff. Like who's out there trying to work with other people or do their music or push it out there, promote it and stuff, try and do shows and stuff like that. So, what else you want to talk about? What good stuff you've been working on and stuff? What you got for the people?
I mean, I got a couple of his singles that have been taken off. My song "Think I Give a Fuck" and "Yeah It's Me."
It's a good one. I like that one.
You feel me?
Yeah.
They got
easy
over.
bake.
They got over like 35,000 streams on Spotify right now.
Hell yeah.
And so they've been climbing. And then, it's got a bunch of music that I'm trying to, go and collab with. I'm trying to collab with a lot of people.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot of talent out here in Oxnard. There's a lot of talent here in the Midwest where I'm at right now. And so, I'm just trying to get everybody out. There's a big enough plate for all of us to eat.
Yeah. That's true too. Is people think like, you can't make it because like they think you got to be like successful or shit, you gotta have the money, or you got to be doing this shit. Like my buddy said the other day about comedy, it's like you're not a comedian because you fucking have an HBO special and that shit. You're a comedian because you go out and do comedy every fucking hour. Like every chance you get, like you do it. You don't give up on the shit. You just keep doing it and shit.
It's consistency, bro. You just gotta put in the hard work.
And you gotta take the L's along the way too. You're gonna have more, like, you're gonna put out songs that are shit and stuff, or stuff that you may not like or whatever, but you're gonna learn and grow from that, and like you're gonna move forward. Like we were talking about it too, with like stuff that I've done and shit. It's like, you don't think you can even do it because you're like, you try something and you're just like, I'm not good at this, but it's like I realize, okay, I'm good at something, but I'm just not good at fucking like produce. Like I just can't do it alone. Like I think I'm not Kanye, dog. I can't fucking put the whole thing together by myself. Like, but I could contribute in a way. I could bring some, or I could be a hype man, dog. I'd be Flavor Flav, dog. I'd just be like, yeah, boy, fucking just hop in there, hype people up and shit. But yeah, I like that fact that you collaborate with people and stuff too, because a lot of people, they don't do that. They don't like to, help the next man up and help, people and stuff, and they wanna stay secluded and stuff. I like that you're very about the music and the industry and the game. You're a player of the game, student of the game.
Yes, sir.
You're really about that and stuff.
I just study a lot. I studied all the greats. You feel me? As I take my time to really study what I'm doing, just like how I did with football. I mean, I took my same game, to this music shit, and just really developed my own craft and kind of developed my own genre of music just throughout what I'm trying to do, and just trying the message I'm trying to send, and the things I'm trying to accomplish as I'm growing through this music shit, man.
Yeah, got that super trap-letic shit. I don't know if you noticed, I still got that fucking.
Oh yeah, I've been peed, bro.
Still rocking that super trap-letic. Yeah.
As soon as I got in the car, I've been peed.
It's funny. Yeah, I did one with a podcast with my buddy who's playing football over in Europe and shit. And he brought this one back from Istanbul, Turkey, where he was playing this shit.
Oh, okay.
Goddamn noise out there. What the fuck? Damn. So this is what sucks about doing this podcast in this fucking studio. You can't uncontrollable things and shit. So yeah, if anybody wants to contribute some money to the podcast, maybe we can get some soundproofing on that right there.
Help my nigga out. Come on now.
Yeah, a little fun. I'm trying to record music up in here too. Can't have that. My next track gonna have a fucking a garbage can and fucking background garbage pickup. It's trash day, motherfucker. Dude, that'd be funny, dude. Just make like a fucking song with like little shit in the background, just like that's what I always like little like real shit, like when they start a fucking song and it's just like some dude talking or like, oh yeah, give me like light that up real quick or some shit, or fucking, or like what was it, that Marvin Gaye song back in the day when it's starting out, it's like the fucking party and shit. I used to go out and party, and it's like starting and you hear the chatter in the background. It's like, hey Barry, what's up? They're at Barry Gordy's house and shit. Yeah, dude, that shit's always like fun. That's what I'm saying, like the fun of recording, the fun of like getting the whole like atmosphere and stuff, and then performing and shit, too, putting on a show for people and shit, so
yeah, because that's like game time, bro.
Yeah,
that's the funnest part of the process.
Yeah, see, that's the thing is like some people don't like that, the performing part. They just want to make music and stay back, and like that's cool, man. You can do that, put it out there and everything, but like you really want to get people to understand your message and follow you and shit. You got to make people feel shit. You got to go out there and like put on a show and make that like put on a party that people want to be at, pretty much. It's like one of those things. And yeah, man, you got bangers, you got good music, you got good flows, you definitely got the mindset and the hustle for the shit.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
You were talking about some of like your influences and things like that. Like who are your influences? Like what do you follow? Who do you listen to? What games do you study?
Shit. Well, first of all, rest in peace to the late great Nipsey Hussle. That was one of my biggest influences. Now people didn't know about him, until just recently upon his passing, which, it is what it is on that. And people know how I felt on that. But I've been studying him, man, since, about 2011 when I first heard, Bitches Ain't Shit.
Yeah.
Like, at first, so, you feel me? That shit was rocking, We were sitting in our dorm room, you feel me, listening to music, and my nigga from California, he put that shit on, and I was like, oh, yeah, I'll fuck with that. And then you got Nipsey on the last verse, and he was just spinning something different. And I was like, it's just something I never heard before, but it was just real. So, I tuned in music-wise. Yeah. And then it wasn't until I got into, like, until he dropped his Crenshaw album to where I really studied this man as more than just a music person, because I knew this person was a genius. And, when he dropped his Crenshaw album, most people didn't know that he dropped it for $100.
Yeah, well, no, that's the thing is what he did with like the idea he had behind that. Yeah, it was
the idea he came about. It was crazy. He read it in a book, like this book called called Contagious, and he was talking about a dude in Philly who
Philly cheesesteaks
making the Philly cheesesteaks.
Yeah,
and I decided, I was like, yo, that's something like you could really do, and he did it with his brand. I was like, so how can I do it with my brand? And I've been trying to figure out ways that I can implement it throughout my life, you feel me, by just little things like that, because I would have never known, like, business ideas like that if it wasn't for this man.
Yeah.
And a lot of his moves and his blueprint, I try to go by and try to study by.
Yeah.
Because
no, it's a great.
I felt like me growing up, I was always someone different and someone who can contribute to the world differently through just more than just athletics. And I tried to figure out how, and then I've always felt like I was alone, but this man trying to do what he did sparked something in my brain that continued to help me go through what I was trying to go through.
Yeah.
And he talked a lot about inspiration. The highest thing you can do is inspire somebody, and he definitely did his job when it came to me personally.
Oh yeah, he definitely inspired a lot of people. I mean, even outside music and just in his community itself. And that's the big thing is like he. It's like it's a sad story, but it's also like one of the real things. Like to live and die in LA, like he lived and everything, and he died at the same spot. Like everything that he built and was doing, like he never left, and he never turns back on what he knew was real and what true. And that's the thing. It's like when I listen to people, like I could tell when they're speaking true and true to themselves and stuff, and I could tell when they're trying to put on and hide something and mask some shit. And he was always just like real about his shit, And even though sometimes even like I said when I first listened to him, I never really like fucked with Nipsey, but I respected his hustle. Like I had heard him, I was just like, I don't really feel this, I don't understand it, but like I can see that he was coming from a real perspective and shit. And that's the thing, it's like you gotta talk about the reality of your situations and shit. Like that's what's gonna make your music, and that's just his outlet and stuff. But he also like never did it for the money, but he realized like money is to be made, and like he's not gonna let other people. He saw so many people go through the industry and get taken advantage of, or people making money off other people, when like really it's like you're not making any of that money without the main star, or the person like with the main hustle behind it and everything.
Facts,
it's like
facts.
The content, that's the main thing, the masters, owning the masters. And so because like once you make that and then you put that out and shit, like it's all about streams, it's all about how can you use that and like collaborate with other people and put that out into the world. And you just never know when somebody else is gonna hear it or when they're gonna hear it. It's like you just gotta put more shit out. It's like now it's a sad thing that it happens, but when somebody dies, like that's when more shit sells and more people hear about. Like nobody ever knows about somebody until they die. It's like, oh, like that person, who were they and shit. Like everybody knows about Nip now because sadly, but like it's one of those things that he got the message across though. He definitely woke people up to some shit that he was trying to do. I hope so. At least I see it from like my influences, people I follow on Facebook, Instagram, stuff like that he really like woke people up to like what he was trying to do, not just in music though, just outside of that, like everything in the community, just like trying to bring inspiration, like you said, just inspire people to be the best in themselves and to do something better, like because he was, he grew up in a situation where everybody that came out there was either in prison or gangs or like in some bad shit, and he took that bad and tried to turn that into a positive some way, and yeah, and never turned his back on who he was, or never like like he never folded, like he says, he always just stood hard at like who he was and what he stood for and stuff like that. And just you don't let anybody sway you either way. You just know what you want to put out there and you do it. But yeah, he had influences too. Yeah, there's people out there that influence him to get to where he's at and stuff. So it's like it's never you're just like nobody ever just comes out of nowhere and like, oh, I'm the first one to ever do this. I'm gonna like like in everything, dog. There's no Eddie Murphy in comedy without Richard Pryor. There's no Richard Pryor without no Red Fox. There's no there's a lineage. All this shit comes from somewhere and stuff. And so like you got to be and that's one thing I preach to people a lot is like with life, you got to always be a student of whatever you're interested in. Just study it in every way possible. Just be, and that's the thing. You got to be interested in shit, because if you're not interested, you're not gonna pay attention. You don't pay attention, you're gonna be broke, dog. Like that's what it is. Like I noticed that when I was living life doing things I didn't like, I would slowly start to like not observe shit, like just turn into myself and just kind of like get away from the world, and I want to be involved with shit. But it's like when you're doing shit you're really passionate about, you're thinking about what can you give to the world, where can you add value, instead of just trying to take from the world. You're trying to like put something out there and shit. And yeah, it's just like positive energy. You're trying to radiate out there and stuff. And you can do that with your music and shit, man. I see what you're trying to do and stuff. You're trying to fucking get around and get to different people, because one of the main things too is people stay in the same place all the time trying to do shit. Like, oh, I'm gonna stay where I'm in my hometown and I'm gonna make it from here. But like
you can't stay in the same place.
You gotta get out.
If you stay in the same place, you're gonna have the same mentality. And if you have the same mentality, you're never gonna learn, you're never gonna grow. So it's always good to travel. It's always good to, experience new things and try new things, because if you don't, you'll be stuck in one little block, and you'll never go outside the box. You'll never think, differently. And I think one of the best things you can do is just travel, even if it's into a different city.
Yeah.
Even if it's, like a lot of people travel the world. Like there's a lot of things that I want to see that are outside the United States. Like, I want to go like travel the world.
Dog, you've showed me other worlds that are fucking just on the other side of the fucking little river right there. Dog, I used to be scared to go to Oxnard, bro. I don't, like, hey, my friends know I don't go to Oxnard unless there's a house party you invited me to, or some like crazy shit going on that like I know a bunch of people are gonna be there and they're gonna have my back. But I don't just like roam around Oxnard. I ain't got no business being there. I ain't trying to fuck with nobody over there. I'm trying to like, just do my thing. I'm cool where I'm out here. But
like I said to him, I'm different though.
Yeah.
I love Oxnard. I ain't gonna lie. I love the 805. I love the atmosphere. I love the vibe. Like I said, it's just my second home. It's because there's so much how much love that was bring back to me, just because I brought so much love myself. You feel me? And it starts with just leading by example. You're gonna go through a lot of trials and tribulations. A lot of people, didn't think I was gonna be rapping at first, and then when I started rapping, they didn't believe me.
Yeah.
And then I just kept going and kept going and kept going, and then shit started blowing up. You feel me? But I still stay in tune to the same people that I was trying to help me on. You feel me? At first, a lot of people that was out here, saw the same vision that they seen in me now that I do now. So they helped me out, and I don't forget that. I never forget that. So I always try to make my moves to help put other people in position to make a play.
Yeah.
And a lot of people they really fuck with me for that. And that's what I try to do, and that's what I try to implement around everywhere I go, is try to help people out. Even though I'm trying to do the same thing, we can do it together. We can make it bigger. Like it's just bigger than rap, bro.
One thing I was bringing up to my buddy R.D. Lopez in the last podcast I did, I was talking about how I come from like that football background where it's like we played football, which is like a team sport where you can't get the job done unless everybody's doing their job and you're all working together. Like, yeah, you may be the running back, the quarterback, the star of the fucking show or whatever. Everybody's paying attention to you and stuff. But without your linemen and all the other fucking people putting in hard work and doing their job, and you got to help bring them up too. Like, you got to know how to motivate your teammate and fucking, be inspiration for them and stuff too. Like, you got to show that like you're putting in work. Like, you got to recognize the work that they're putting in as well. It's like we're both out here working, grinding through this, but we're both gonna, if we score a touchdown, we're both celebrating together. Like,
exactly.
Like we win together, we lose together. Type of situation. The ride or die type of thing. And yeah, man, that's one thing like I like about you, man. Loyalty and shit. I mean, fuck, you come back to the podcast again after.
I told you I was.
shit, fucking we did this last year, and since then you've just been doing your thing, and that's the thing, dude, is just doing it, like not giving up, like, cause like once you give up, that's when you really lose. That's when you really like stop.
Even last year, I mean, when you first met me, bro, I was doing beats. I wasn't even rapping, bro. Oh God, I was just doing beats and barely doing good at that. Yeah. And then, a year later we was doing, I had a couple songs. We did a video together, and then a year later, we came a long way, bro. Yeah. And it's a long way from doing shit. It's just consistency and just doing work, bro.
Doing
like
shows.
I seen you with your podcast, bro. You went from, just being a rookie at it to now you got like you can set up anywhere, bro.
That's true. Yeah.
Like, you could really set up anywhere. You set up in the gym and just do your podcast, and I like that. Like, you could really travel and do, like, really make your money with this.
Yeah.
Like, I really see something, like, in you with this shit that you could really do and really first off this, bro. Like, you could really be, like, a No Jumper or, like, a Vlad TV, but just, like a different.
Mm-hmm.
Like, and that's why I fuck with you, and that's why I'm gonna continue to do your podcast till you blow up.
Yeah. No, I appreciate that, and that's what people have told me too. It's like, yeah, like they like you always have conversations with people. Like, I need to take, because here's the thing. It's like where I'm at here in this situation, it's hard to get people to always, it's a tough situation where I'm at. But like if I can, make it easier on the guests and stuff, or even it's fun to go places. It's a fun experience. Like every podcast I've done outside the studio has been more fun than, like, I enjoy this. I love this, but it's a safe space. It's a great place. But like I love doing it in the gym. I love when I flew to Oregon to fucking do it in my buddy's living room and shit, just random fucking places. You know, I want to fucking get somebody who's fucking in the studio one day will fucking hop in there after he's fucking done recording and do it in the studio some shit. My buddy already wanted me to start doing this after comedy shows on Wednesday night. We have comedy shows at Wednesday night, Gigi's Cocktail Lounge. A little shout out, Smoke and Mirrors comedy. Yeah, he wanted me to do like, you know, a little podcast after the show, because he's been getting some LA comics like coming, like big comedy store guys and stuff coming out to do these little shows out here, and he's like, it'd be cool if you could talk to him like after the, you know, they come all the way out here and stuff, and we're always trying to get in cool with the comics and stuff and make them feel welcome and like, you know, give them a stage to perform and make them want to come back and shit. So he's like, yeah, you know, that'd be cool to kind of talk to him and, you know, do like a little interview and stuff. So yeah, always finding ways to, you know, incorporate this, and like, yeah, we're having fun, we're doing this and shit, but we're working. We're making this, making contact right now. Exactly. We're making that Shmee entertainment content right there. But yeah, man, you know, enough about me. Let's get back to your shit. I know we're pressed on time. We got a lot of things to do. We're trying to get down to Skunk Masters right now. Meet Jim Jones. You know what I'm saying? Trying to make some moves.
Trying to make some plays.
But yeah, what else do we want to cover? Music. Already covered Nip. What else? I know you got your shows. You did some shows out there in Iowa, and
yeah, we did a couple of shows. I mean, we did one of the first shows called Trap House in Iowa, and
that shit looked lit.
Well, yeah, it was lit. It was lit. People started knowing who I was after that. I'm telling you. And then that followed up by that, we did a show in Ottumwa, and man, that shit was crazy. Like, I got this little thing in the show where I bring a walkout because I have a song called Whip It. And sometimes I'll be throwing money in there and just whipping that shit. Like, but these motherfuckers decided to throw a lot of money in there and decided to throw that shit up in the crowd. I'm like, whoa. Y'all niggas crazy for that, but shit, it was a movie. Like, shout out to my nigga Buck and shout out to FOE Sabo, you feel me? Like, them niggas really showed me a good time and showed me some love out there. So, like I said, I never forget.
Hell yeah, man. And now you're bringing that shit out here back to Oxnard, finally getting some shows here.
I'm trying to I got this show with me and my nigga Swanko. Shout out to my nigga Swanko. And then I'm trying to do is my shows out in Iowa. Since I'm going to be the headliner for most of them, I'm trying to bring my niggas out. All my niggas from Oxnard, and I'm trying to have them come take a little road trip with me. You feel me? And be my headliners with me. Yeah. So.
Yeah, man.
Like I said, I'm just trying to make plays to put other people in position as well. And, you know, if it comes to the right time, the right place, we're gonna make it happen. Yeah. For sure. Like, yeah, that's another thing too. Just like I was telling my buddy, is how, that team player mentality. You're able to play like the starting role, but you know how to fucking play the number two, and like how to just put on a good show for everybody. Like, sometimes you don't always gotta have the ball in your hand. Fucking block for the other guy. Make a play in another way. You know, and that's how you were on the football field. Same way too. It didn't matter what the team needed. It was like, hey, we need somebody to fucking go out there. You had the helmet on. You were running out there. Hey, what do I need to do? It's like, bro, we need a linebacker. It's like, it don't matter. I'll figure it out. Just hey, where you need me on the field? I'll figure it out. Yes, sir.
Like, bro, you did a little running back, fucking little corner, fucking, and now you trying to play linebacker shit. Hey,
no, let them niggas know I'm only 170 pounds or less at the time. When the time I was playing football, bro, with you, I was 160. Yeah. Playing running back, linebacker.
We wasn't even gymming it back then, bro.
I know.
We were smoking woods and going to practice.
All out heart, you feel me? Real athletic shit. Yeah. But you feel me, like, you know, that shit, actually, you know, doing that and actually being on the team is what led us to here, bro.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, yeah, it's crazy. Shit. Like, yeah, that's the thing. It's like, you know, you keep moving in life, keep doing shit. And like I said, like that's a chapter in my life that I've like closed. I'm done with that, but I'm still part of the Bears because I'm doing it a different way now. Now I'm just there on the field, on the sidelines, filming shit, and still part of the team, still in that environment, you know, still on the sidelines. But I'm not doing all that work because, you know, it's like I've put in enough of that. I've had my fun with that. Now it's time to let other people have, you know, and that's like I do my part by being there and filming shit. Like, people get hype on those videos and the shit that I do. Like, it makes them want to work harder because, trust me, like I don't post the fucking bad plays that fucking, you know, people make, but trust me, I'll fucking send it to the fucking person and be like, oh, dog, you got beat on this play. Like, if somebody, that video you showed me earlier, if somebody got beat that bad, I'd send it to them and be like, bro, like, dog,
oh god,
like, you better fix this shit. Like, but it helps. Yeah, it's another thing too. I'm helping the team, and like not just, you know, by like entertainment value, but I really help Jared and Vance by, you know, giving them film so they can do their job to coach and you know, because they're studying the game too and shit. Like everybody, as long as everybody knows their part and what they're doing and stuff like that, you could help people and you can, like, what can you do for somebody and stuff like that. Like, that's what I'm saying. Where am I trying to add my value? And yeah, I got to a point where being on the field, I just wasn't adding as much value as I could have, off the field and doing other things and stuff. Plus, I was just taking hits, where I was like, dude, I'm taking enough of these hits, and like, I'm like, unless I'm getting a big old paycheck for this shit, I ain't trying to fucking stand no pocket, take no sacks, fuck this. I had my glory days, dog. I'll take my winnings and just get out, like, dude. Like, that's another thing, dude. I'm surprised I played the game so long and didn't fucking get injured. Like, no broken bones, no serious, like. Maybe some head damage along the way. Down the right time. I know, yeah. If I got out the right time. Trust me, because that's a league where fucking motherfuckers going out there to break it.
Niggas gotta give a fuck, nigga. Niggas gotta get no check, nigga. They play all off stress, nigga. Oh, God.
They pissed off they gotta go to a job on Monday. They try to take you out on Saturday.
Been there and done that shit.
But yeah, man. Anything else you want to cover? We're only like 25 minutes deep. We can still go for a little bit, but what else? Is there something else you want to talk about specifically? Touch on?
I mean,
let the people know. I don't know. You don't have to drop nothing. Don't hey, move in silence, as they say. You don't always got to say moves you're gonna make and shit. Just talk about things. But yeah, trust me. I know you guys. I know I could sit here and talk to you for hours about shit. It's all about what do we want to present at the right time and stuff. But what we can't talk about is how last time we fucking recorded this podcast, all right, we did this fucking shit, and then right after this shit, we sat right here, and you fucking recorded that fucking shit where I'm editing the podcast, you're recording a fucking song. By the time I'm done editing the fucking podcast, you had this song recorded and mixed and all these little vocals. I didn't even know what you're doing over there.
But that's the first time I ever used that program, too.
Dude, I take off my headphones, I hear you, like, yeah, what? Yeah. I'm like, what the fuck is he doing? He's like, oh, this is gonna go in the background watch right here, and then like, boy, you're saying different like shit. I'm like, what the fuck? I'm like, what are you doing over here? It's your boy. I'm like, what the fuck? Notdawon. I'm like, what are you doing? And then you mix it together.
I used to think that shit was so stupid, but the way I did it, bruh, and just doing a little bit of research on why to do it, it made sense. So yeah. I was like, fuck it, I'm gonna run with it until I get good with it.
Dog, it's funny. It's like, it always sounds funny when you do recording shit like that, but it's like, that's how like cartoons and shit are made. It's just a person sitting in front of a microphone doing weird shit until they it sounds good enough, and then they're like, all right, we'll cut it in here and throw it along with that cartoon. And it sounds like, but you gotta just fuck around with shit. Have you ever seen
the episode where they on Family Guy where they're making an episode of Family Guy? That's one of these newer episodes. These niggas is making an episode of Family Guy, like, together. They're in the motherfucking room doing all the voices and shit. Bro, it's so funny, but that's some real life shit. How I think they would be really doing if those characters are in it. That's real life shit. It's funny
because when you see shit like that too, like a lot of those the people doing the voices for the cartoons are doing like different voices at the same time. So like obviously a guy like Seth MacFarlane, he's doing like Brian and Stewie at the same time. He'll do a whole fucking scene, like just the scene back and forth. Like he'll do Stewie's voice like this, and then he'll talk like Brian, and then he'll do Stewie. He'll go back and forth. And he'll do the whole scene. Like
he basically did a whole episode by himself.
Yeah, just like, and he's done it too, like where he goes on talk shows and shit, and he starts doing his little skits, and they'll bring Peter in and fucking like all these little voices he could do and shit.
Bro, that nigga is talented. Like that nigga does like almost like all the characters in that motherfucking show.
Dude, he does a lot in that show, and then same on American Dad. He does like most of the voices on American Dad and shit. And then Cleveland show, I don't know if he really does much, but shit, and there's no Cleveland show with that shit and stuff. But yeah, man, I don't know how we got on the fucking voice actors. We were talking about recording and shit. I was like, how the fuck we get to cartoons? That's what happens when you smoke 3 backwoods in a row. That gelato. What anything else we need to cover? I mean, how is Iowa? What do you got to say about Iowa?
Man, it's cool.
It's
cool.
People,
it's just a different experience. That's all.
Yeah.
It's the same little thing. You got your big town, you got your small town environment. You got people trying to get money. You got people who are trying to just live their life. You got people who are trying to scheme people. You got people trying to do bullshit.
You got college towns, dude. That's the one thing I learned when I was traveling on the road and stuff. Like when you come into college towns and shit, places where like people, especially when they recruit people from out of towns, like and stuff like that. You got all these mix of people and stuff. It gets pretty crazy and stuff. Like in these college towns, like parties be going. Like
it's just the different experiences and different people make it unique.
Yeah.
And that's what I like about it, because there's some people who you would never think that would be the type of person who they are if you would never met them.
Mm-hmm.
Like I'll give you one example. I got one of the general managers that I be working with, and you would think that she would not be in tune with, you know, with our type of culture, our type of music or anything, but she knows all the lyrics to my songs, bro. Like, and she knows all the lyrics of my words to my songs. I'm tripping. I'm sitting here tripping, bro, and I just turn around and she just looks at me with a smile and says, "You think I give a fuck about a bitch?" I said, "How the fuck did you know the music? Hold up, wait a minute."
She's like, I went home and Googled that shit. Up all night watching these videos.
Well, I be telling people, you know, I do music because that's what I be doing. That's what I'm trying to pursue. And but no, I guess people who actually, you know, take me seriously now because they're actually looking it up and they're doing research themselves.
Here's the thing: they take you serious because you're doing it. Like you're not just talking about you. Like I said, like, you know. Like, I didn't become a comedian until I started doing comedy. I talked about it for years. I talked about, oh, yeah, maybe, you know, people told me you should do comedy. I always knew I was funny, but I'm not a comedian unless I go out and do comedy. Like, I can sit here and fucking say all this shit. I'm not a podcaster until I start fucking podcasting. You know, I can say,
Facts.
like, you're not, you know, like, you know, and sometimes, you know, like, you either plan it or it just happens and shit, but, like, you know, what you gotta do is find what you enjoy doing. Like, you know, realize, like, if you're having fun with some shit, keep doing it. If you're not having fun with something, realize, like, why you're doing it, you know, because sometimes people do shit they don't like to do for somebody else and shit, you know, but it's like, you gotta do things for yourself, or at least look, you know, like self-care and shit, you know what I'm saying? Like, and my thing is always helping other people. So that's like what the podcast is. It's like, you know, I'm always talking to people and trying to, like, just, you know, talk to them and see what their goals are and what they're doing in their life and stuff, and if that could help me, you know, take from that. But also just I figure shit out about myself. Like, a lot of times I just fucking talk on the mic and I'm realizing the shit about myself and stuff, but it gives people a platform like you to, you know, to promote your music and promote who you are and kind of show a different side of you and shit, because that's another thing too, is people don't get a lot of this, like, especially this day and age, like everybody wants sound bites, a quick little, like, they'll give you like 2 minutes at a time, and it's like, if they're not impressed within that, like, they're not gonna listen any further. This gives it a little bit more time for, like, me to, like, get to know people and for people to get to know me and shit, and then do different shit, you know. I'm not stuck to, like, one thing, you know. It's like, I could talk about whatever. I could talk about any topic and stuff like that. I'm not, like, stuck to anything specific and shit. And that's kind of like, I like what you got with music too. It's not like you're stuck to one genre or anything. You can explore and go around and do different shit, you know, and that's what you enjoy doing. I mean, some people like one genre, they stick to that one thing. That's, you know,
well, like I said before, I'm trying to develop my own genre of music.
That innovative.
You feel me? Like,
take a little bit of this, a little bit of this, a little bit of that. Yeah.
Well, I mean, like I said, I studied a lot of the greats. Like, I studied a lot, like, from different genres of music too. When it comes to rap music, like, I study a lot of people who do southern music. I study a lot of people who did, you know, West Coast, Bay Area. You feel me? I studied all of the great people though, not just the people who are doing it locally in the underground, but I mostly study the greats because they're the ones that set in the platform. Mm-hmm. They're the ones that, you know, like, why did they blow up? Why were they the first ones to blow up? You feel me?
Yeah.
Because, you know, how they were making hits, and then I just applied it to me because I want to be one of the most versatile people who can rap. Like, I want to be able to, you know, be able to go on a trap beat, be able to go on a Bay Area beat, be able to go on you feel me, on a beat with Drake, you feel me, or go on a beat, you feel me, with someone who is definitely not like very unique, like someone like E40 or Kick the Sneak, like.
And that's another thing about traveling too. You got to be able to, like, everybody could do whatever in the comfort of their home and shit, but you got to be able to get out there and do shit in the world and, like, make moves out there and stuff. You know, it like relates to, you know, like, I would relate it to football. It's like everybody thinks, like, oh, just because I could go out here in sunny California and fucking run around and play football, that I'm a fucking athlete. But take your ass to fucking Colorado and see if you can still do that shit up there in the fucking Rockies, where it's, you know, elevation gets to you and it's cold as fuck. Or take your ass to Florida where it's all fucking humid and muggy and shit. And, like, can you adapt and still, like, push yourself through all the, like, everything's good when everything's going good and shit, but through the bad shit, do you still really want to do that and stuff? And, you know, and that's where people fall out and stuff, you know. It's like, shit, we could be sitting in an igloo in fucking Alaska right now. We'll still be podcasting, motherfucker, and smoking a blunt too. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna have conversations with people regardless wherever I go and shit. So why not record it? Why not fucking throw it out there? And I'm not saying like, oh, everybody should listen to me. This is what you should fucking, hey, listen to my fucking show. No, I'm just saying I'm gonna put shit out there. Take what's good for you. Take what's not, you know, or just get to know me. Fuck, some people just like to tune in and what's Mido up to, you know, what's going on the Mido show and shit. Or fucking, you know, I introduce, you know, people. I try to create a platform to for people to, you know, promote shit or to just, you know, show themselves and stuff, you know. And like I said, man, it's a great, sometimes it's just cool to just kick it with people and shit, you know, come over, fucking smoke a blunt, let's fucking talk for a little bit, and then go fucking see what's going on at Skunk Masters and shit.
Yes, sir.
But, yeah, man, I appreciate you. I know you're only in town for like 2 days and shit. I appreciate you spending some time to come on down here, talk for a little bit, and then I know you got that show tomorrow. I'm gonna try to put this out before tomorrow. No promises, but if you guys do hear this, or if you guys are in Oxnard, I'll be posting on Instagram and all that stuff too. But come out to Casa Lopez. Was it 9:00 tomorrow night?
Yeah, doors open at 9:30. It's gonna be Devin Smith gonna be on the mic. It's gonna be me and Swanko. All the rest of the Oxnard homies gonna be there. It's gonna be lit, bro. We're really gonna make a movie out of it.
Your cousin Bondo gonna be there?
I don't know. He may or may not make a presence, but you know, we'll see.
Oh, he's a homie. I like him. He cool dude. I like him.
Yeah, you know, he's always busy.
Yeah. No. I mean, you know. Hey, dude. Hey, that's another thing I was gonna say too. Is like, you know, when you're talking about people supporting you, like your manager and shit like that. Like even like when we rolled through the car wash and shit. Even the dude who like you used to, your old manager and shit. You know, it's like he's like, you know, he understands. Like you're still trying to do. Like it's funny too. You surprise people when like, you know, because people will be like, oh yeah, like I'm trying to do this by next year. I'm gonna be a rapper, blah blah blah, and then they never do shit and stuff, you know, or they're like, you just talk, like I said, you just talk about it and you never do it. But like you're out there, like even though you're not fucking making millions, you ain't on no fucking like big stages and shit, you're doing the shit, you're working towards it, you're building something, you got a vision and shit. Yes, and you know, he sees that and respects that. It's like, you know what, like, because most people be like, oh, why don't you go get a real fucking job, why don't you fucking, just because they're pissed off that they're stuck in a fucking dead end job and shit like that, you know. It's like, and he seems like a guy who's happy with it, where he's at and shit. Like that's the thing, is like people got hater mentalities because they're like, oh, I'm mad that you're where I'm not at and shit. You know, it's like, nah, dude, you should be happy where the fuck you're at and appreciate. Like that's where happiness comes from. Once you're happy with what you're doing, then you could, you know, be happy for other people. But you gotta get out of that zone. And sometimes you gotta fucking just move too. You gotta fucking change it up, do something different. Like, you know, like Oxnard was cool for you and everything, but you also knew that you needed to change and you needed fucking something different to, you know,
just to switch it up. That's it. And it's like this. I love Oxnard. Like I said, my second home from right home. So I'm always coming back. You feel me? And it's always what I try to bring back is more knowledge and more game, more wisdom. And other than that, bruh, I just go travel and just have fun, bruh. I'm young. Like, I'm still young. I don't have to worry about failing. I don't have to worry about doubt. And a lot of people, like, their biggest fear is, like, failing. And their biggest thing that's holding them back is doubt. Like, you dead those two shit, I guarantee your life will flip upside down. And you'll be doing the shit that you want to do, and you'll be doing the shit that makes you happy, and you'll be doing the shit that's actually, you know, that can make you some money too.
Hell yeah, that's one thing. That's why I got that quote up there. I don't know if fucking. Well, I think you read that. It says if you fail, if you fail, never. Oh wait, what does it say? Oh yeah, if you fail, never give up. Fail means first attempt and learning, and then end is not the end. End means effort never dies. And then if you get a no, remember no means next opportunity. All right. So just like if somebody says no to you, be like, all right, move on to the next one. Like, well, don't sit there and try to change somebody's mind. Be like, nah, like. Don't be the dead horse, man. Just fucking walk away, and people will gravitate to you. Like, and then that's when you'll see shit. You'll be like, oh, you're only fucking with me when I'm fucking famous, or when, you know, like, you'll find those real ones who are supporting you even when you're nothing, or, you know, or want the best for you and shit, you know. And that's the thing, is like people see like you're happy doing your hustle and shit. They may not understand it and like see the full vision, but like they can support it and shit. They're like, okay, I see what you're trying to do, and you're excited about it. So it's like, because most people, they're like, they come home from their job and they're just fucking like, they don't even want to fucking go back to that motherfucker. They're just like tired each day and just fucking like drained. And I've been there too. It sucks. And I like, now I'm in a place where I can fucking get up and I feel like, you know, okay, I know what I want to do in life, and I want to like go, you know, and I'm starting to work towards that. And even though like And like what you said last time on the podcast is everybody's trying to do it, oh, because this person did it, I should do it and stuff. Nah, you gotta do it on your own time, in your own, you know, whenever it comes to you and shit. And you gotta understand that you can't just jump levels. You gotta go through the shit to get to that point. Like, you gotta go through those failures and shit. You're not just gonna hop on a mic and boom, got that next, you know, hot Billboard 100 right there, you know, or that fucking Grammy right away. Fucking no, you gotta fucking put out some shit. You gotta figure it out. You gotta figure out what works for you, what you like doing and shit, who you like working with and stuff. And that all comes from, you know, trial and error and shit, you know. But yeah, you also gotta have that hustle mentality too, you know. You gotta be able to put up with the no's and the fucking the you know, some shit and stuff. And I think that's what sets you apart from most people that I've seen and stuff, is that that you like I said, you just do it, you know. You're like, okay, like, you're either with me or you're not, but, you know, I'm not gonna sit here and like let you hold me back. Like, I'm gonna do this. You either come in or you're not. Like,
facts. That's straight up facts. Like,
right. Like, and then same thing with me too. It's like, I don't go around telling people like, oh, you want to be on my podcast? I need you on the podcast. I want, like, no. Like, if I vibe with somebody or stuff, I'll mention it to them if they're like, oh, it sounds cool, like, you know, and like, and we'll make it work. But I don't want to ever force somebody and be like, oh, I'm trying to get you to talk or something. Like, you know, I'm not gonna fucking force. I'm not here. I'm not the fucking cops. I'm not trying to interrogate you and shit. You want to tell me some shit? Tell me some shit. If you don't. Like, you know, like, we're here to have a good time. That's all. Right, usually, I just like smoking and chilling with people. You know, I mean, have a little beer or something. I'll fucking, you know, chill. but yeah, man, I appreciate you coming on down here. Anything, or let people know where they can follow you and shit on like Instagram.
You can follow me on Instagram at Notdawon. You can follow me on Snapchat at Notdawon. All my music is on all platforms. You can go on Apple Music, Spotify, all of that. You feel me? Not the one, be the one. Shout out to all my homies. Shout out to everybody who fucking with me. Shout out to all my friends. Thank you for having me, brother. I really appreciate it. Shout out
to your mama too. She out?
Oh yeah, she free, bro.
Yeah, man.
Mama free though. You feel me? She living her life right now. You feel me? Just doing what she got to do to stay and maintain. You feel me? But she don't got to worry about it much longer.
Good things, man. Good things. I like that. Take care of mama as soon as you make it. You gotta remember that. And yeah, shout out to everybody that's been fucking with them. Shout out to everybody that fucks with the Mido show and stuff. I appreciate you guys watching and tuning in. I mean, I do this for nothing, but also not for nothing. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not doing it for the money, and I'm not doing it because, like, I'm doing it because I enjoy this shit and stuff. And we gotta keep doing it because we enjoy this shit.
You better pay that man though.
And we're gonna keep making music too. We're gonna keep doing everything we like to do, and do what you like to do. If you like watching this, watch it. If you don't like watching this, go do what you like to do. All right, go do that. Be happy. Smoke some weed if you can too. That'll make you happy. Makes me happy. Oh, and if you're a real Notdawon fan, go follow Notdawon fans on Instagram. Just look that
also,
up.
Go follow Notdawon Calling. I also do have my own merchandise and my own website that I do with. So
yeah. So get some Notdawon gear.
Well, it's not my own website, but shit.
And if that's not your style, I got Joey Rough World, my homie that sponsors me. He's got some dope stuff. If you guys like that, go for that. But whatever. I mean, or shop at Abercrombie and Finch, wherever you guys fucking shop at, whatever you wanna wear. Wear what makes you comfortable. How about that? All right. If you feel comfortable in some Notdawon, it'll make you feel fresh. It'll make you feel good, inspiring. I'll tell you that. All right. Yeah, appreciate you coming on down, man. And we'll definitely do another one sometime soon.
Bet.
All right, for sure. Later, everybody.
Hey, it's the Mido Show.